Always jamming out to that.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we said we couldn't wait no longer. Let's just go ahead and start this and get this thing running. Tennessee flatbedders in the house.
What's up, everybody?
Did you have a test today?
Yes, I did,
How'd
and
it
he
go?
passed. He is now a hired man.
Awesome. I had a test today too, and congratulations on the trifecta, Eli. On to bigger, better things, TNT training, all that good stuff. Always a lot of fun in TNT training. So let's go ahead and pop this poll into here. Ask the community if they like the DriveWise or not. So, DriveWise, new like, hey, we're on this DriveWise now. You know, let's knock out one of the myths already. First thing, one of the myths that you kept hearing right when they were talking about this launching is it's going to crash the Qualcomm. It's too much information going into it. The Qualcomm crashes enough as it is right now. Um, my Qualcomm hasn't crashed since it came out. Has yours, Tennessee?
No, mine hasn't had any issues since we were company drivers and we were the ones running it as a trial, and
Yeah.
haven't had a problem with it.
So we really weren't having no problems with it. As for crashing, bogging down the system, they say that it runs on a different operating system than the navigation and then the regular like your macros and your logs and stuff. It's on its own system, so like it's separate. Already with the likes. Tennessee, what's some of the notifications you've been getting on it already?
I started noticing like out in Chicago, when you get into a risky area, I see that make sure your load's secured. You're in a high theft area, and then weather comes up. I see that it's road conditions are hazardous. Be careful.
So one of the things that I believe that's better than us not having it on the navigation is as I feel like those road conditions, like weather, high traffic, those live updates, those are really helpful. Now we're being notified that 2 miles out approaching a scale, 1 mile out, approaching a scale, follow your bypass, or will it give you a bypass? Will it not give you a bypass? You know, I think that is helps out a lot. It's going to tell you about like some of the low bridges. It's going to tell you about some of the weight restrictions on different roads. I mean, there's a lot of good things that are coming with this. Tells you don't turn on certain roads, especially when you're close to the terminal. It says don't turn on that road right there, and it's the next road because there's been a lot of mistakes of people turning on Mayfair instead of turning on Packard. So you know that's gonna. I'm hoping that helps out some. Some of the negative things, Tennessee. What's one of the big negative things that you're thinking?
That big flashing whatever it's going to tell you across your
Your whole
Qualcomm. I
navigation.
think that's or your navigation, whatever you want to say you're looking at, is distraction to me. That's one of my cons.
So yeah, it does cover up the whole screen. On I suggested to make a smaller box of the notifications. Somehow in the settings, maybe you should be able to make it smaller some way. That would be one of the things I don't like about it. Now the drivers are saying that they drive with their Qualcomm muted. Is that going to be an issue, Tennessee?
Um, I don't see it because I don't have my Qualcomm up, so I just noticed the picture, big pop up of the picture. Now, probably if I had a small little window on that, being as yellow as it is sometimes, and then when it comes across as 2 miles out, it's blue. 1 mile out, it's blue, and then it's white when it says whatever bypass or whatnot.
Yeah.
So the color itself don't see, but it's just a big picture. But I leave my Qualcomm muted anyway. So
So whenever you get the notification, since it's so big, you're able to see it. and you're able to know that, hey, there's a wait station or something like that coming up.
Right.
Okay. And you know, like, is it working in every state? Look at me with my official paperwork over here. It doesn't work in every state, Tennessee?
Not in every state.
Not in every state. So for the most part, it's gonna work in most states. I'll just show this little picture of the U.S. right here. So this picture of the U.S., I don't know why we don't have Washington on it. I don't know if Canada just went ahead and ate up Washington or what's going on there. But anyways, you can see Oklahoma. We got Oklahoma. We got Georgia. We got Pennsylvania, New York. It says site coming soon. So I guess they're working on getting those states more active with it. What this says right here. Well, so the bypasses. Now we're getting into like the scales. So with the bypasses, it's kind of off of your ISS score of your company and your trucks and stuff, and that's the inspection selection system. So is what that is. So the higher your score is, the less you're going to go into. And with that being said, you got some notes over here on certain states, like Georgia. It says Georgia operates its own bypass service utilizing roadside messages. No other bypass service operates there. So there's on the scale side, nothing else is going to operate, is going to give you a pass in Georgia. They want you to be paying attention to the signs. It says impact carriers will not be able to receive a bypass from DRIVEWYZE or any other bypass service within Georgia. So at least we know Georgia, you're going to have to watch those signs. Now it'll still tell you that you're approaching a scale. It will do that, but it will not be able to get you a bypass. Where's the New York one? Let's see. There. Let's see. California, Alabama, and Idaho do not permit any carriers with an ISS score less than 75 to receive a bypass. Applies to all bypass service operating in the state, including DRIVEWYZE. So if your score is not, if your company's score is not above 75, then you're not going to get any bypasses in that area. Here's New York. So with New York, the summary with New York is New York does not operate any fixed scales. Instead, they operate inspection sites and rest stops. Currently, these locations are pulling in DRIVEWYZE trucks 100% of the time, regardless of the ISS score. Although DRIVEWYZE is only a bypass service operational in New York, trucks will not be able to receive a bypass in the state under the agency's current setup. The impact trucks will not be able to receive a bypass. This applies to all bypass services. So I mean, like, there's some great information. Like Tennessee and I went and did some research today, and we got this thing is 4 pages of information right here. Yeah, it's 4 pages of information, and it's some good stuff. It's good stuff to read. It kind of brought it to a more understanding. There is 550 fixed wait stations and 293 mobile inspection sites. And even with the mobile inspection sites, it's going to tell you about them approaching them. So the way it's going to tell you is first you're going to get in 2 miles, you're going to get an audio and a message that says wait station in 2 miles. In 1 mile from the wait station, you will get a heads up alert with another message. And then the third notification you're going to get is either a bypass, a pull in, or they follow the road signs. So you're gonna get that information. So like it's pretty neat that it's going to pop up that for the weight stations. They say that it's going to be the exact same as the pre-pass. We're going to get the same things as the pre-pass. I like the pre-pass. It was on the windshield. It was a light. I was used to it. You knew the tones. Like you would be like, it would go beep, 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 and that means you can go ahead. If it went beep, 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 it was red. You got to go in there. So, you know, times are changing, and they went ahead and moved to this bypass system, and I think some of the upgrades features to it is being able to have the notifications about weather and traffic and stuff like that. I think that that's very, very good for the bypass, for the Qualcomm. And I know a lot of you guys out there that have been driving trucks for a while, you're all like, man, and I've already heard it. I've already heard it, and I've already seen it on the Facebook pages. Man, trucking's just getting so ridiculous that you're just following a computer all day. The DriveWise does not work for every low bridge and every weight restricted bridge. You're still going to have to be reading your signs. It's not going to 100% trust the thing. You need to read your signs. What you think, Tennessee?
Yeah, you always need to read your signs regardless of what you're doing. You just like pre-tripping your plan or pre-planning your trip. You can't just rely on a GPS anyways. It can take you down a dirt road that's not truck approved. You need to watch your signs. So regardless, we always need to watch where we're going.
And that's a negative thing right there that Jeff Stedman's just brought up. It says it's all good, but the message stays up on it way too long, especially if you're in an area where you're following some turns on the navigation. Exactly. So, and I agree with that. There's one thing that you can do is you can reach over there and touch the screen real fast. It'll get that message off of there. So if it pops up, you can just click it real fast. It'll disappear. You'll be able to read it. That does take a hand off the wheel, but I mean, it will take the message off there. How you feel about that, Tennessee?
Yeah, getting rid of that message, pretty handy. Just reaching over, tapping it, like especially when it's saying nasty weather ahead, or you're in currently nasty weather, you can get rid of it. High theft area, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Weight limited bridge, yeah, I see. Okay, thanks for the warning. 2 miles ahead, get rid of it.
Yeah. Definitely. Flying High Gamer says, I have not been pulled into an inspection lately in New York for weeks. Man, that's good. Like less weight stations I have to go into, the better off I am. It's not that I'm driving illegally, or it's not that I'm trying to avoid a weight station. It's just like I don't have to waste my time there. And I'm a paranoid person anyways. Me going into a weight station, I'm nail biting. I'm all like, I just like to keep going. DriveWise works good. I used it at Landstar, driving through Texas. Says Hans. Greenwich, first one in. No, Greenwich, we started a little bit early. Sorry. Head into Missouri. River Ridge says you're late, old man. Yeah, Sam. So Sam was the first one in here. Flying High says I'm a Northeast dedicated driver. Flying High, you make some good money up there in the Northeast, I bet, because whenever I was up there in the Northeast regional, like just running that stuff for a while, I made excellent money up there. Like a lot of people have asked me about that too after I said that on one of the lives. Each message lasts 3 hours. Whoa, mine doesn't last that long. You might try to reset your Qualcomm. Another thing, if your bypass is not working or something like that, you can click on the what screen is it, Tennessee? You just did
the DriveWyze, the second screen DriveWyze link on the screen, and it'll open up and it'll have an on or off. They give you 2 lights if you're both on.
Two lights is
on the DRIVEWYZE and on the bypass.
Tennessee. Better research from BBQ for our challenge.
What do I have to research? It's in my blood.
Oh, it's in his blood. When do you have to turn the pre-pass into the terminal? They want it by the, what was it, the 13th or 16th of next month?
I think 13th of March.
Where's that message? Where's the 15th of March? Hey, so you turn it in by the 15th of March. Anyone that turns it in before the 15th of March, you'll be enter into a drawing of 3 Yeti coolers. So if you turn it in, you can also turn it into different terminals. You know, you can turn it in a lot of places. But the DRIVEWYZE works through the Omnitrax Qualcomms, and it has several safety alerts, including low bridge, steep grades, traffic congestion, sharp curves. You know, it tells you a lot of stuff. It really does. Tennessee, how many thumbs of approval does it get?
What's that?
I say, how many thumbs of approval does it get? You good with it? You like it?
I kind of do like it. I do like the pre-pass, but I mean, it gives us a lot of information along with bypassing.
So my thing is, I kind of look at it from all the different ways. Kind of is I look at it from one. It costs the same as the pre-pass. They said it costs the exact same as the pre-pass. Number two, we got way more options and stuff to help us. So is it nice to know that you have a grade coming up? Is it nice to know that there's sharp curves coming up? Is it nice to know that you're moving into some bad weather? Yes. Is it nice to know that traffic is ahead of you? Yes. I mean,
is it nice to know that there's a mobile weigh station coming up? Yeah. Because a lot of those just pop up out of nowhere and you're going, oh, crap.
I mean, to me, like, that's one of the reasons that I have my Rand McNally volume on most of the time, is because that thing would tell me you're approaching a weight station. That's the same thing that this thing's doing. So I know a lot of you guys are all like, man, I mute my Qualcomm. You don't mute your GPS, I bet. I tried that. It really supposed to work. Is that really? Yeah, I would try to reset that. I would try to reset it or go into the settings of the DRIVEWYZE and make sure both of those say yes. We were talking to a driver today about the DRIVEWYZE, and he said that he doesn't get the bypass until he's all the way into the scale. So, like, that's an issue that I heard about here recently, that from one driver, he said that whenever he gets pulled into the scale, he'll get all the way into the scale, or he didn't get notification if it was bypassed or not. He said he goes in the scale, as soon as he's all the way in the scale and he's in the line, he can't go nowhere else. He goes, bing, bypass scale. And he's like, well, too late now. Oakdale says, bypass doesn't like me. I've been pulled into weight stations. That's no good.
And we did find out that a lot of states have reefers and livestock units are going to be pulled in regardless.
Yeah. Oversize.
And oversize are always going to have to go in anyways.
If you're running oversize, you already know that. So yeah. I don't think that I should have to tell you that.
Prove that you got the
thank you for telling me. Jeff Stedman's I was exaggerating about the 3 hours, but I didn't know you could click it off. Yeah, just tap it. It'll turn it off. It'll make that message disappear. And I have not tried this yet, but on here it is saying that recall last driving instruction. To show the most recent driving instruction, tap on the DriveWyze logo on your home screen, and then you can select it. Now, I don't know if you can do that because,
Not while
you know,
you're driving, as your solo driver.
yeah, if you're a solo driver, I think you're going to be locked out of that thing. And if you're a team driver and your teammates awake, then they can check that. But I think for the most part, you're not going to be able to access that.
Because heck, mine even says the last time it says follow transponder on that little message when I went and checked it today.
Is the bypass for truckers or the trucks? There's a lot of stuff that goes into that, actually. Simply, you got your truck score, you got your driver score, you got your company score. A lot of stuff goes into that. So, right, Tennessee, or how
That's
do
what
they
I
figure
was
it?
understanding.
I know every time I get a new truck, I will tell you this right now. Every time I get a new truck that's not been into a weight scale because it's brand new and I'm taking my first load out in it, I hit every weight scale for at least a month, maybe a month and a half. Once I hit all those weight scales and it goes clean check, clean check, clean check, clean check, I'll just start getting all the bypasses and I don't even have to worry about going in the scales. Oakdale Reefer Hauler says, I get bypassed in the weight stations too. Okay, so there's another person saying that he gets bypassed. He gets the bypass while he's inside the weight station. Let's check the poll real quick. The poll has been out for 21 minutes, and it was, do you like the DRIVEWYZE? 55% say yes, they do like it. 45% says no. So, we're still kind of neck and neck in the polls right now on that. Just wait till
he glitched out.
Dancing with the bird. I don't know, Tennessee. What else you got to say about that DRIVEWYZE?
From the conversation me and you were having earlier today to now, I'm actually weighing towards that DRIVEWYZE because of all the extra information other than the bypass.
Yeah. And we were both against it today. We were both like, I want my pre-pass. We turned in our pre-pass today. We didn't even we were all like, we talked about, hey, what you want to talk about the live? And we were all like, man, I want to keep my pre-pass. And we're all like, well, the thing doesn't even work no more. We might as well go turn it in. We were kind of set on our ways. But after talking to the people up there in the the department we went to?
Permits.
Talking to permits and getting the information, reading the information, and calling. I called about 4 different drivers today. I called 4 drivers today and talked to them. Plus, we talked to the guy at the terminal and we asked the other guys at the terminal and gathered up a lot of information in a short amount of time because we decided to talk about this at 4 p.m.
No, we decided to talk about it because.
What time was it? 3?
Give me 1 second. I'll be able to tell you. It was at 1:46.
1:46.
Yep.
I got the bypass in the weight station. Hey, bro, I need a hat while I'm here. I have 2 hats left. God, Greenwich was here today. And Greenwich, are you in town tomorrow?
No, I think they were just here to get fuel and do.
Dang. Greenwich's hat is right there. Oh, Mel George's hat is up there too. I got to get his to him too. Greenwich came down looking good in his hat today, man. He had the Greenwich hat with the Greenwich logo on it. It was nice. Oakdale, I have a hat. I got a extremely long load to do. If you want to get up at about 5:30 a.m. and meet me at the pad, I will have it then, or you're gonna have to wait till I get back. Yeah. No, you can click it off solo. Like we can click it. Right, Tennessee? You can click it off solo, right? You can
just tapping it makes it go away.
Have you tried it with just you on the truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because those two way stations I have to pass going to Kansas City.
But you did you have a student logged on there?
Remember the one that decided to get in a fight with one of the bosses?
Would that be from my video I was talking about?
Yep.
Oh. Greenwich says, I need to use it a little longer before I decide whether I like it or not. Yeah, for y'all, I think Lease just got it on Monday. Is that correct? Lease got it on Monday. Us company drivers, we had it for a little while.
No, Lease just got it on Tuesday night.
Avocado said, anyone named Jeff just can't click it off. Yeah, already back on the road. Yeah, Greenwich, I got your hat right there. John Gonzalez, what's up, people? Hope y'all are all doing well. I'm coming at you from the Pilot truck stop in Amarillo, Texas. It's freezing. Why'd you park it at Pilot? Don't you know you park at the Petro in Amarillo because they got Dunkin' Donuts right there at the Petro? Oh man, Dunkin' Donuts. You could have got you some iced coffee in the morning. How cold is it?
It's cold.
It's freezing. Yeah, but I think I'm with you, Tennessee. I think I'm leaning more just because of the functions that it comes with, like the weather. I got a notification the other day. It was raining, and yesterday when it was raining, I got the flash flood warning on mine. Did you get that?
I didn't, but I have remember seeing that one now.
The ice, watch for ice. You get that on there. I mean,
I get that on the dashboard of my truck.
Yeah, I get it there too, but I've seen it pop up on there. Some of the truck stops that you stop at, it will say secure your load, make sure your lock's on your trailer, or high theft areas. And
sure your
a couple of the truck stops, I was all like, this is a truck stop I use all the time. What do you mean high theft area? I've never had nothing bad at this truck stop. I mean, some nice truck stops, but it says it.
I think it's just because you hit that county.
Maybe that's what it is.
Because I've got it 3 times through Chicago.
Should be back in 3 weeks. My old tricks work well. So when you're in Chicago, does it say the whole city or what? What's it say?
It breaks it up throughout the whole city.
Oh, does it?
Constantly remind you, hey, you're in a bad theft area. Secure your load, or make sure your load's secure.
Because not all of Chicago's bad. Some of Chicago's real nice. Depends where you're at. But I don't know. I think that the DRIVEWYZE is okay. I mean, I think it's good. Especially if you're a new driver out there and you're like real nervous about the weight stations and stuff like that. Of course, you're going to be reading your signs. You better be reading your signs. But just that little bit of extra help, it's a tool. If you use it as a tool, you will be fine. If you use it as, I'm just following this thing, you're going to fail. Like, make sure you use it as a tool. Hey, look, the votes are 50-50 with 12 votes, 50%, 50%.
And we just got a super chat.
Super chats. Hasn't popped up on this one yet. Oakdale trucker or Oakdale reefer hauler, $25 says hopefully this covers the hat cost. That covers the hat cost. I have it in my truck, bro. I have it in my truck. Yo, didn't call me today? I was supposed to call you today? John says, this is my first. Oh, I forgot to do this right here. Super chats from the Oakdale trucker. Have to have the sound of money flying, you know? Have to. My bad, Oakdale. I messed up on the super chat. My bad. My bad. John Gonzalez says, this is my first run to Texas from Golden, Colorado, and ran Raton Pass. Raton Pass is not. I think it's easier to go south on it. I think going north through there is way worse, but that's my opinion. Raton Pass at the Colorado New Mexico border this morning was chained up, 4 chains on the drives. That's a lot of work. I try to avoid it. I really do. I don't try to go to Raton, however you say it, pass. I try not to. Simply Avocado says, no lie, in that Park Green witch, you taught me a few things I still keep in the back of my pocket. he said a long run tomorrow. I guess 150 miles is a hop. Nah, I'm going. I want to say. How many miles total is this? I know that it's not accurate. I'm doing 628 miles tomorrow, man. That's a record right there. In one day. Yeah, tomorrow I'm doing 628 miles. I'm going on a tire run. It's going to be fun. I'm going to take 2 30-minute breaks. I'm going to take about an hour break. You know, we're going to take our time getting it done. Hello, Jennifer from Facebook. How's it going? I'm heading to Manor, Texas tomorrow to make this delivery. Enjoy Texas. It's nice and warm, probably. Hopefully you don't get caught in no snow or nothing down there. Tennessee, what you doing for loads? You got it? What you do this week for loads?
I delivered one. Oh, that load was fun. It was to a farmer's house out in the middle of BFE, up a driveway that was steeper than crap in the rain and ice and cold, and we had to have the owner of the house property remove the mailbox so I can make the turn to get in and out.
Wow. Fun. Hey, that Tennessee, I'm sorry to break the bad news for you, but that pre-pass turn in for the 3 coolers, flatbed doesn't qualify for it.
That's going to be a crap show on that one.
That's what Jeff said. Is the pre-pass turn in drawing including flatbed? Look at Greenwich. He says, nope, flatbedder's not included. Reefers only. Let's see. Jennifer says, in my own truck now, and my backing is embarrassing. Hey, don't think of it as embarrassing. Think of it as you're just starting to learn. And I'll tell you what, whenever you're backing, the more times you get out to look, you know, the better off you're going to be. More people will get out there and help you. If you're not getting out to look and making sure that you're doing it safe, nobody's going to help you. Normally, whenever somebody sees you get out to look a lot, they will jump out of their trucks and they'll be like, hey, I'll be your get out and look. I'll tell you if you're going to hit anything. Like, just keep backing up till I tell you that you're getting close. Wow, only 9 likes and 22 people? So keep your head up, Jennifer. You'll get it. Jeff says I can get that. Click off to work. You can change my vote to yes. Let's see. John Gonzalez is trying to get Bucky's to get me some banana pudding and a fat brisket sandwich. They don't like truckers, so good luck. Oh, you're welcome. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep pushing. Actually, usually, like, I might make a lot of guys mad right now, but usually, in my experience, I've seen women back it into some tighter spots than I've seen guys back it into. I'll never forget the time I was sitting in Vegas. I was at the Vegas TA, and there was this really tight spot, and it was even worse because people were parked where they shouldn't have been. And I watched a guy in his super truck. He tried to get it in there, tried to get it in there, tried to get it in there. He took off. He got mad. He took off. Next guy comes. He's in a Volvo, and I'm all like, let's see if he gets it in there. He had him and his buddy outside on the phone. They couldn't get it in there. Then another guy came. He tried to get it in there with his Freightliner, couldn't get it in there. He took off. And then this lady in a Freightliner, she came in there. She backed it straight in there. No pull up, nothing. And she just put it straight in there. And I was like, man, that was so impressive. Like, I'm over there tripping. I'm all like, man, everybody tried to get into that spot. And she just got it in there like it was nothing. And I was like, I wouldn't even want to back into that spot. Cold Orioles says I like the picture even. Look at that. Anyways, it's also gets easier as you continue to back solo. What did you think about? You remember when you were new, Tennessee? Was it hard backing? When you first got out on your own?
Yeah, I was nervous at first, and then I got to a receiver and went up the wrong driveway because I didn't see the little plaque that was about this big that says "Use other driveway or broken." So I had to back all the way out it, and it was an S-curve driveway up and back on both sides, and I had to back down one and back up the other. Once I hit that and I didn't hit their grass and tear up any curbs or any tires, that was what made my confidence level go up. And I did that about 3 months into being solo.
Man, whenever I went out solo, like my first dock I backed into, it was back when we used to have the wings on the back of the trailer. You had to open up the tails. My bad, not wings, the tails. You had to open up the tails. My first load ever, I just, like, the place I went to was like, leave the door shut and back it in. And I was like, cool. I forgot to shut those tails, and I hit that garage door. I was going nice and slow and easy, but I hit that garage door. I was like, oh no. I went out there and there wasn't no damage in the place I was delivering. They're all like, hey, don't worry about it. You know, you didn't even hit it that hard. And I was like, well, I think I did hit it though. And they're all like, probably hit the bumper plate or something because we didn't hear it inside. I was like, okay. I let the fleet night dispatch know. They didn't say nothing. I was like, cool. But I remember I had a hard time putting it in the dock because all the docks were empty and they had me go to door 3. And I was like, I couldn't hit door 3 for a long time. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're going to come out here and be like, you're the only truck here. We're waiting on you. And I was like, oh man, I'm just, we've been there. We've done that struggle, Jennifer. I guess that's what I'm getting to. At the end of the day, that's what I'm getting to. Like, I've been there. I know that struggle and I know how it feels like. Oakdale Reefer Hauler says, my views on being blocked by these trailers from the pad, LOL, they need to move. So he's parked up back there by the rest area, by the disc golf, and he's all like, I can't see nothing from back here. Scotty Vlogs says, drive that truck, girl. Exactly, Scotty. That's what I'm talking about. Encourage her. Definitely. I did over 600 miles on my very first load. Man, that's I don't even remember what my first load was. I want to say it was only like 400 miles or something like that. It was a short one, I know.
Yeah, my first load was a load of shingles out to Denver. My second load were 3 AC units to Miami, Florida from Pueblo, Colorado. Then
John
deadheaded up to Georgia.
Gonzalez. Oh, my bad. I thought you were finished. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. I'm done.
Oh, okay. My bad. John Gonzalez says, watch your tandems. They will guide you into the pocket. Watch the back of the trailer. Watch the back of the trailer. That's
Unless you're
my
flatbed.
biggest advice. Cornbread Mafia says, can you recommend a good seal cutter to cut these seals on the trailers? You ain't cutting. You're not going to cut those steel braided ones with that. Are you? You going to use that one on all these metal seals and stuff?
Well, I'd look at your plastic one, not the steel braided ones.
Dude, you don't even need that for a plastic one. You grab the plastic ones and you just pull them, they yank right off. The best cutters that I will tell you I've ever bought was from the company store. There's the real big ones, and they slice those seals off. They slice the right through the cable seals. The only thing they can't cut is those bolt cutter ones that you have to use some bolt cutters on the bolt seals. I don't know what they're called, but you have to. I usually, if I have one of those on there, I just go to the place where and be like, "Hey, y'all got some bolt cutters?" And they usually have some because they're used to getting that kind of load. I went to one place where they didn't have nothing to cut that thing off, and I beat the heck out of it with a hammer and finally got it off. I ended up knocking the bottom piece back off, and I can get it off that way. Yes, that's me. Jennifer, it's all the tricks of the tandems. How you say that, Tennessee? Knipex. Kiss
Kitnips.
Kitnips makes a real good pair of cutters. Those braided seals seem to be the toughest ones to cut. I agree there. I agree. Those braided ones are a pain in the neck. Odell says, my PSD trainer was flatbed. I backed with a coil. I seen that trailer tilt. I about had a heart attack. Thought it was going to flip.
Yeah, and then when you got severe weight on there, like a single coil or a double coil that weighs the same amount as the single, I even cringe when I see that tire lean over because you're pushing on that tire to get it to go around a tight turn. I'm like, oh, it's going to roll that tire off that bead. It's going to pop that tire. It's going to roll over. And then when it finally straightens up, I'm like, okay, I can start relaxing now.
I didn't even know about that.
Mm-hmm.
See, I learned something new tonight.
Next time I pull a coil into the yard, I'll have you come up top and I'll have you I'll show you what it looks like backing up in even a 45-degree angle on that. You know how we make our flatbed trailers pivot?
Yeah.
You can't really make those trailers pivot with a coil on it. Mm. I've seen tires blow out because of that. That trailer will not pivot. It wants to grab so hard because of all that weight.
Dang, how heavy is a coil?
Most of the coils are pretty much top. One coil can top us out to all the weight. And you got to realize we can hold 40,000 pounds on them spreads.
Wow.
And then
another reason I'm not flatbed because that thing might roll off and smash my finger or something. My luck, I would have my hand there, feeding the rope through or whatever, or chain or whatever. That thing's gonna roll forward, cut my fingers off.
Yeah, no, you'll have it secured with your coil racks and boards that it won't roll.
Cold Oriole says, my first load, I was deadheaded to Laredo and drove to Eugene, Oregon. Yuck. That was like bad and then bad again. Virginia Rich says, I really put it in a tight spot last night. On top of the cones on the screen, probably. The braided seals use a claw hammer and twist it until it breaks. I've actually been seeing more and more people do that trick. River
Yeah.
Rich, make a quick short. Make a short of you doing that. Like, I want to see it on video, man. Make a quick short video for us to watch. Leave your personal life out of this. Never mind. BRB Trucking says the lot is full here in Springfield. Trailers are everywhere. Yes, they are. We're outgrowing the terminal. We're outgrowing the terminal. Plus, we have all of those. It's not JD Miller, is it? Those trailers.
The ones out of Oregon.
Yeah.
Or
no,
Utah.
I can't remember the company's name, but I think we're selling. They're selling those trailers, and we're moving them on. You know what? We're only at 14 likes. Let's get Peg Leg up in here to tell y'all how to hit the like button.
Hey everybody, hit that like button. Borrow my leg to smash that ding dong bell. Oh, and if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe too.
Go ahead and subscribe. My computer was lagging or something.
Yeah, it caught up when it said go ahead and subscribe too. It was when it finally caught up on my end.
Yeah, I was all like, wait a minute. River Rich, everything with you. Scotty Vlog says, River Rich, or Rich River, everything with you and Lee still going great. Oh yeah, bro. If y'all missed the live last week, everything is going awesome with River Rich. Jason says, what's your favorite disgusting egg and cheese sandwich? Well, it has cheese on it, so the whole thing. 17 likes and 18 inch. Well, Pegleg got us some likes, but he ran some people out of here. Jason Myers says, how do truckers handle driving on I-90 Sukhumi? I can't ever say it. Pass in Washington. You know, you just do it slow, steady, and safe. You got to be safe. That's the main thing, is you have to be safe. Getting it down to a nice, slow speed, you know, maintaining being calm, like keeping yourself calm, and just, you know, just being safe. What advice you got for, I know you don't know where that is, so what you got for a big hill?
I heard you always say, slow and steady wins the race. And I've been down I-90.
To Washington? I didn't know flatbed went that high.
Oh, yeah.
What's the most difficult job you ever had?
Most difficult job I've ever had?
Yeah, what's the most difficult job you ever had?
I would have to say tires, when I had to change one of those big, huge front end loader tires by myself.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
Oh,
I think the most, like, are we talking trucking here, or are we talking?
that's why I said that, because that didn't define trucking.
Yeah, I'm saying correctional officer. It was horrible. It sucked. Tennessee letting that hair hang out.
Yeah, he's the only one noticed I let my hair down.
I.W. Miller. That's what it is. Cornbread says, my first load in My first load in 1812 went to a Walmart in Paul Valley, Oklahoma. Locked my keys in the truck. Oh, ouch. That's no good, man. I've seen a lot of people do that. I've never done that because I've always had a key hidden out or some wood. Knock on some wood. I have not done that yet because I usually have a key in my wallet and I usually have a key on the outside of my truck hidden somewhere.
Yeah, see, when I was solo, I carried one of my dogs with me, and she liked to hit the lock button. So I learned to carry a spare key in my wallet because of that.
Did you get locked out because of that, though?
No, I had the key in my wallet before that.
Yeah, that would
made
suck,
me
man.
realize I needed to have a spare key.
Especially your first load. Could you imagine how your nerves were shot when that happened? Because think about it, you're all like, man, this is my first load ever, and I already done messed up. Like,
the advice I got when I first got upgraded in my truck was go to the parts shop, get the spare parts that you needed, light bulbs, fuses, fluids, and get a spare key made of your truck if they didn't give you 2 of them.
oh, I got way more than 2.
Well, you have one. Justin has one. I have one in my ignition, one on my keychain, one in my wallet, one sitting on my nightstand in here.
Oh, I got one in my truck. Yeah, that's right. I got one of yours in my truck. I got like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey says, I'm pulling a 2016 48-footer that needs to be added to the dirt lot.
Well, try to bring it to the yard and maybe we'll get rid of it.
Pig Lick says, I'm scary enough to run people off. Oakdale Reefer Holler says, I had to pick up some new bolt cutters while I was at home. Got tired of flagging down the yard dogs. Yeah, some people like to buy bolt cutters and stuff like that. I do not. I don't want to buy no bolt cutters. 18 in chat. I got 19 in chat.
Yeah, I'm showing 19 in chat over my phone.
Jeff Stedman says, I almost cut my finger off trying to pull the sharp metal seals off at a Walmart DC. Ah, man.
Now I know my knife will go through that kind of seal.
No, I don't have it no more. My friend, he cut his hand open pretty bad. Like it's freaking disgusting how bad he cut his hand on one of those seals. You know, so that seal's like folded. So you have that seal, right? And where it's connected, I know this ain't a very good piece of paper, but it loops like that. Where it's connected down here, if you take that and you bend it and then bend it the other way and bend it back and forth, it'll finally break off and you'll be able to pop the top of that thing. If you're in that habit of always busting those plastics off, just make sure when you got that thin metal one, that thing will go straight through your hand. Like, do not jerk that seal. Hans does the pass at 80 miles per hour. Super trucker life, baby. I bet he's honking his horn the whole way down there. Pegleg says, old trucking secret. The holes in the bottom of the passenger door will allow the oil dipstick to push the unlock button.
That's the older trucks, though.
Yeah, I was all like, wait a minute. No, that ain't going to work. Jeffrey says, I'll be in Springfield soon. Get my knock sensor replaced at Freightliner. Oh, it's about time. Cornbread Mafia says, I broke a bolt seal in a piece, flew up and hit my glasses. If I didn't have glasses, I might have lost an eye. Yeah, those bolt seals ain't no joke. Flatbed has seals. Never mind, he ain't paying attention. Flatbed gets seals, don't y'all?
We get seals only at one place, and we ask them where we're going to put it. And that would be fertilizer going to Walmart.
So flatbed does get seals too, just at one place, and they don't know where to put it. It goes on the back of your trailer, by the way. Oh man. Makes me sad.
So yeah, Monday I won't be at work.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Jeff Stedman says, can I ask the shop to change my air filter, or do I have to find them all myself? Can I find them all myself?
Yeah, you can have the. Go ahead.
Jeff, are you talking about the engine air filter, or are you talking about all the cab filters, like the four of them? No, there was 5 of them. The one under the hood, the one in the dash, the one under the cabinet, the one under the bunk.
That'd be 4.
Oh, it is 4 of them. Okay. Are you talking about the 4 of them for the in-cab, or are you talking about the air filter on the engine? By the way, if you want to save time and you don't want to be stuck in the shop, then you can pick it up at the parts room and do it yourself. If you want to save time and stuff like that. If not, you can make a shop appointment and they can do it all for you.
And then let your fleet manager know you did maintenance on your truck, and you'll get paid shop pay.
That's true too. You can get paid for doing it. I just use it to not get stuck in the shop, really. Cornbread Mafia says, Tennessee, have you ever had to slide your fifth wheel on a load?
Yeah, once. I was 1,000 pounds over on my drives with a big Caterpillar engine. Pulled through a weigh station. They were like, yeah, you're 1,000 pounds over. And I'm like, well, I'm just around the corner from my receiver. They said, well, if you can slide that forward towards your steer tires, we'll let you go with a warning. So I had to slide it all the way forward, crawled across that scale. They gave me the thumbs up. I hit the road. As soon as I hit the exit, I slid it all the way back again so I can make that turn, and went to the receiver.
Whew.
And
that's the one thing I don't
solve if I'd have just had the shipper that morning when I got up move it back 1 foot.
That's the one thing I don't like sliding, is I don't like sliding the fifth wheel. And a tip about sliding the fifth wheel is put the landing gear down and take the weight of the trailer off of your truck. Like, don't disconnect the trailer and don't unhook the trailer because you need it to slide it. But if you take the trailer up till it kind of hisses, psst, then when you slide it, it's going to be easier to slide.
Yeah, I didn't know that until fighting it for about 30 minutes.
Somebody pulled up and told you?
No, I found that out on my own.
Oh,
trial
okay.
and error.
All of them. Yeah, you can go pick them up at the shop. Just tell them which ones you need. Be like, I need all those in-cab filters, or I need the engine filter, and you'll be straight. Tennessee, do you ever lock your trailer?
With what?
With a lock?
Where?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have doors to lock.
Jeff says, you counting is exactly why I want to ask them to do them all, so I don't forget any. Yeah, you can go in there and request to do them all. It's going to takes longer. Jeff, I got a video on my channel of it if you want to check it out. Like, check out cab filters. You can probably just type in Twisted D cab filters, and you'll find that video. I do it step by step, show you everything. Jeff says my fifth wheel has been all the way back since I got the truck. I keep mine all the way to the back. The one right way gauge that you don't have on these trucks is the steer tires. With it all the way back, I'm never over on my steer tires, is what I've noticed. I watched the video. I just can't remember that. Yeah, Jeff, just go tell them I need all of the cap filters for a Freightliner. And then just play the video. And then you'll see me do one. Just pause it, do that one. Then you'll press play again, watch it for a little while, pause it, do that one, watch it. You know, just play, pause until you get them all done. It's a good video, though.
Oh, we got another super chat.
Oh, look at this. River Rich, West Virginia. The guy that's going to be Tennessee flatbedder in the cook-off. You call him out, though. You did call him out. So you're going to have to really flex on him. You're going to have to really, really bring the flex. Look, Cricket ain't having that. Cricket is like, nah. Best barbecuer right here. Look at Cricket behind you, standing up for you. River Ridge West. There ain't no text on there. Just
Yeah, I know. He didn't put nothing.
$49.99 with the super chat, man. Appreciate it as always, brother. I really do appreciate it. You know that makes Greenwich jealous, though. Greenwich he's waiting for his money too. So. Oh, you weren't in there for that. We got in Discord after one of the lives or on one of the days, and Greenwich was all like, "Where's my $100?" And he was like, "What do I owe you $100 about?" And he's all like, "That super chat you gave out. You're handing out $100 bills. Where's mine?" It was hilarious. Go Diego, go! What's going on, brother, man? The legend. Should Herman make a trucking episode? Was it supposed to be Hair Man? Talking about you?
I have no clue.
How do truckers get time off? They switch their duty status from on duty to off duty.
We ask our fleet manager for home time, and we get it.
How do you ask them, Tennessee? Do you call them? Do you send them a message? Do you
send him a message, and then when it gets closer, remind him, and then when it's time, saying, "Hey, I can't take that load. I'm supposed to be at the house."
Okay. Look, there's Greenwich right there. Where's the other 50, Rich? See, I told you, Rich, you're in the doghouse now. What's up, backwoods? Let's go to the poll real fast. Let's see what the poll ended up.
21 votes.
So the poll ended up at 21 votes right now, and 62% of people like the DRIVEWYZE. And 38% say no. I wonder if we change some people's mind on the DRIVEWYZE with doing the video, with doing this live about, all the positive in it.
That's a possibility.
I'm in the Dahar, man. Look it up. I don't know. 22 likes. Dude, that 46 ain't getting beat. That 46 was a fluke. River Rich says he's the bank. Oh, he says, hey, both of them work. I'm the bank or in the bank. Shoot. Hey, River Rich, you can be the Monopoly man.
We got another super chat.
Another super chat? Hasn't popped up yet.
Right out now.
Super chat from Jeff Stedman. Thanks for letting me ramble on sometimes. Anytime, Jeff. Jeff's a great guy. He was one of my students a while back. Oh, tomorrow makes 1 year for Jeff. Jeff's been driving for 1 year. Congratulations. So, you know, give him a hands up. That's a 1 year. No more contract for Jeff. Jeff can have that attitude of Prime. I don't owe you nothing. If you fire me now, I don't owe you nothing. Like, no, he's not gonna be like that. He's a great guy. He has a great attitude. But you know, when you come out of that year contract, like you know that year contract's over, sometimes you're all like, you know, like, yeah, I don't feel like doing that. So, you know what? I'm going to just not do that extra stuff that they needed me to do. I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do. And guess what? What they're going to do? Fire me? Like, it's kind of nice to have that stress of like, man, I got to do a year here out of the way. You're all like, and honestly, it didn't even feel like it was a year whenever I finished my year. I was like, man, a year's up. I still have to think about it to this day. Like, what? I got 6 years. Where did it go? Where'd time go? Time flies. Tennessee. How fast did your year end?
It actually went by pretty quick.
So it was here before you even knew it.
Oh yeah. And then my 6 years coming up here in May.
6 years in May. You gonna do a 6-year review video?
I might do it in the woods too.
Not these truckers. What is that? What is that?
That's my Cash App.
Oh, that's a Cash App. Yeah. I didn't know what that was. I thought somebody was messing with you, and then I was all like, wait a minute. Super truckers use paper logs. Only if your Qualcomm's broken. If your Qualcomm.
We got a super chat.
Another one. What? Did you read it? So Greenwich says, I got $40, not even no $99.99 here. I give the extra penny to make it a round number. I can't give away as much as River Rich. Oh man, that cracks me up. Y'all guys crack me up. Y'all are having too much fun over there. River Ridge.
Man, that's 3 super chats in less than a minute. Less than 5 minutes.
That's crazy. We appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Like, y'all are too good to me sometimes. Really too good to me.
Super chat.
Oh man, somebody's punking me right now. From Jeffrey. Red Bulls for ZZ Top and the Allman Brothers. Looks like I gotta go to the store and buy some Red Bulls in the morning. 1976. Is that like one of the years that ZZ Top started, or the Allman Brothers? The Allman Brothers. I wonder why it's 1976. Why that exact number?
That would be a year. So
what happened? I'm gonna Google what happened in 1976 because I might be missing something. See, Google's my. I'm that guy. If I don't know the answer, I'm gonna Google it. I'm that guy that always has the phone. 1976. What happened? What happened in 1976? Jimmy Carter and Walter Mondale as president and vice president. Apple Computer and Microsoft started.
Another super chat.
Oh, another one? For some Whataburgers. Oh, I'm getting Whataburger. You see that Whataburger? We got a Whataburger right here in Ozark now. Like, that's my boy right there, Jeff. Whataburger. I love Whataburger. Tennessee, have you got the Whataburger since it's came to town?
Yeah, I've had 2 chicken sandwiches from there already.
Dude, I know, man. I'm kind of irritated that I can't get a Dr. Pepper shake. Those are real good. Real good. Man, the chicken sandwiches are good too. I need to get there early in the morning and get me some of those.
Another super chat.
Shut up. For reals? Look at this super chat. Look at that. Armstrong Truck Lines. $2. Life goal roll like at River Rich. Oh man, life goals. That's funny, man. Thank you, Armstrong Truck Lines. I forgot what I was saying about. Oh, I need to get to Whataburger and get me some of those breakfast tacos, man. Those are good. Oh, TNT is killing you, man. I'm sorry to hear that. TNT is hard. TNT is definitely hard. What's going on, TNT? Let's hear it, man. We'll bash the TNT trainers. What? I'm just kidding. We got some great TNT trainers out there. I'm not saying we're bashing you all. What's going on TNT? What's so bad about TNT? What's killing you? Is it the 50K miles? Is it the living in a tight spot with your trainer? What's going on? Odell says, I'm about to get off of here, get this GoPro footage edited and updated. I'll be across the pad in the morning. Twisted laters. Odell, hit me up. Hit me up, man. Send me a message. So, like, if it's like 5 a.m. or 5:30 a.m., just send me a message and I'll drive over there if I have to. I'll drive to the other side of the pad to drop it off for you. That way you don't even have to walk all the way across the pad, okay? He probably left by now with all the super chats and stuff we're going on. Look, you should see how colorful this screen is over here.
Yeah, that's the first I've ever seen that many super chats.
That is wild. River Ridge started. No, who was it first? Was it River Ridge or was it? I'm trying to scroll up. It started with Oakdale. And it went a while without. River Ridge and Jeff and Greenwich. I think Greenwich started that. Greenwich wired that up because Greenwich is all like, I'm matching River Ridge or I'm like right underneath River Ridge, and then everybody's like, woo, we want to be River Rich. Jeff Stesman says, TNT ruined me from being able to sleep in a moving vehicle. Yeah. What I always say is you never know where you're fat until you try to sleep in a moving truck. Like, you'll find out that you're fat between your toes, that you never even knew there was fat there.
I guess I got used to sleeping in a moving truck. Another super chat.
Let me highlight this message so I can come back. Hans, probably with something not nice like pajamas. Whataburger is for fat people. Guilty. I can't even argue right there. Guilty. Right there. Guilty. I love Whataburger though, man. But yeah, you're guilty. I'm guilty. I mean, Hans, you trip. Armstrong truck line says, I can't throw anyone under the bus. Had to get a new trainer for some safety issues. New trainer is amazing.
Well, that's good.
Well, thank God you got it fixed, and I hope that you did report the issues with whoever needed it to be reported to, and hopefully nobody else gets put in the same situation. You know, there you know, I'll tell you one thing about TNT, because this has been really under my skin for a little while now. Is on TNT, you should not have to be paying for your own showers. If you're a student out there on TNT, you shouldn't be having to pay for every shower. Like every once in a while, you're gonna want a shower, and your trainer's like, "Hey, it's not shower day," or "Hey, it's gonna wait till tomorrow," whatever. But if you want a shower, you can pay for it on your own. But the trainers get when you're getting fuel, you get shower credits. They should be able to be split between two people so y'all both can get a shower. It should not go down like that. Tennessee, you feel the same way? Should you have to pay for your own showers?
No, because when that trainer or your teammate gets a team shower for fueling up on his card, Pilot Loves, TA, what is that card called?
Pilot
Haven't had my
Loves,
card in a
TA,
while.
Road Ranger, the Saps Brothers.
Sap Brothers, any of those, you get rewards. So when you get 50 gallons or more, you're given a free shower credit regardless. And that shower credit can be redeemed as a team shower. It's 2 free showers for one.
Yeah, for one credit. So you shouldn't have to be paying for your own showers. If your trainer's not getting you home for home time, he's like, you're gonna have to get a rental car or a plane ticket or whatever. That is some more BS. If that's happening, then you need to get with your fleet manager and say, hey, look, my trainer said he's not gonna get me home. I need to get a rental car or a plane ticket, and I can't afford it. So you pay me while I stay on the truck, or you get me home. Y'all figure it out. But I'm not gonna stay in this truck for free, and I'm not like, I can't afford to pay for my own way home. Like, I should be dropped off at my house. Speak about that stuff. If the fleet manager doesn't want to hear it, then go up the chain of command. You got Mr. TNT placement guy. I don't want to say his name because I'll probably get in trouble for that, but you should be able to ask for the TNT placement manager and talk to him. If you don't like that answer, then you can also swing over to your fleet manager's supervisor and talk to him, one of the supervisors at the terminal, and be like, hey, I got this going on and this going on, and get this problem fixed. All right, timeout. I'm going to go down here. Another super chat from Hans. Waterburger is for pajama wearing truck drivers. There it is. I knew he was going to do it. Look, I'm wearing another jersey, Hans. You see this? More pajamas, bro. But it irritates me hearing that somebody coming out here making $900 a week, their trainer is telling them that you have to get a rental car, you have to fly home, or you have to pay for every shower. Like, that is somebody starting a new career. How dare you tell somebody that they got to pay for all their showers, and they got to buy if they want to go home, they got to buy a plane ticket home. Like, it just makes me sick. And that's been on my chest for a while, and I planned on making a video about it, but I had to calm down about it, and I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about it. Tennessee, you got any problem with TNT trainers?
You pretty much said it, and I think I'm going to hold my breath until next Thursday. We'll make our live on
so you're
showers and how truck cleanliness, and we'll save it for then.
Yeah, I just and don't get me wrong, we have some excellent TNT trainers here at Prime. We do. We have some great ones. But it just drives me nuts whenever you have somebody starting out doing TNT, making a guaranteed of $900 a week, which that still is good money, but you're just like, man, it just gets under my skin a little bit. It does get under my skin a little bit, because it's irritating. Like, you shouldn't have to fly home or sleep in the truck and not get paid, or even worse than that. Hey, I'm going to go home. You can sleep in the truck for like 2 days. I'm going to be home for like 2 weeks. You can sleep in the truck 2 days, but I don't want you sleeping in the truck more than that. You're going to have to get your own old hotel room or whatever. You're even taking their bed away from them, like forcing them to spend money at a hotel room. Like somebody that's coming out here with a fresh start that he already had, like he just quit his job to come out here. He's probably behind on his bills, and like you're expecting him to do that. Oh man, don't get me started if they have a family. Like we're not all single people coming out here to do this. Some of us are married with kids and family, and just gets on my nerves, man. I don't mean to preach to y'all, but I just it makes me sick. John Hudson Valley says, when do you guys drive? I'm on the road 6 days a week, 12 through 14 hours a day here in New York. Tell me how you guys are making a living. We're trainers and we're instructors. We're over here instructing, teaching people how to get their CDLs, and we are running freight. I do a lot of tire runs, trailer runs, just a whole bunch of stuff. Any load that's needs to be delivered locally or within like I would say probably about 400 to 500 miles. Sometimes 1,000 miles. We'll do those. So we do run freight every once in a while. At least twice a week, it seems like. Maybe even more than that. Whataburger's awesome. We have 5 of them in Louisiana.
Well, we're about to have 4 of them in the Springfield area.
Armor Strong is my referral. Okay, River Rich. Thank you, River Rich. I already know. Armstrong says, I'm from North Carolina. We drive 50 plus on snow-covered roads like that. For your information, couldn't see the lines on the road. Yeah.
Playing whose line is it anyways?
Jeff Stedman says, reward card should be set up and you should be using your card fueling during your shift. The problem with that, Jeff, is that the trainer, the trainer, now the TNT trainer is paying for that fuel out of his own pocket. Like he's paying that out of what his truck makes. So some TNT trainers are all like, you know what? That's my fuel going in there. That's my points. And also I can kind of understand we need to put it all on one card so we can get power showers. What I was doing with my TNT student is that, hey, the points, I don't care about the points. If you want to go get a drink or energy drink or something, help you stay awake, or you're hungry, whatever, use the points. I don't care. I've never been like big on not using the points. I'm like, use the points. Ultra ones for petrol and TAs. That's right.
Ultra One, that's the card.
RJ says, Twisted, keep your Fago on deck in the truck. I haven't had a Fago in a while. Haven't. Let's see. Dakota Let says, how's it going? D on my TNT went to Cali. Now we're going to South Carolina. Oh, we're great. I kind of got on a rant for a minute, but we're back, and I'm glad you're getting those miles, Dakota. Like that's awesome, man. Run hard. Get done with TNT fast as you can. Get your own truck. Start making your own money. Armstrong says, on the shower thing, my current trainer has me saving shower credits when I fuel, and he gets us team showers. And that's good. If that's what your trainer wants to do, then that's perfectly fine. Pee bottles, and I don't even want to get started in the I don't want to get started in it. I looked at pictures today. I've seen pictures today, and I was like, I cannot believe this.
Well, your bottle being proudly presented on that shelf behind you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. So my TikTok video my TikTok video got 1,000,000 something views. So I went back to TA and bought the official pea jug. It's in the shape of a pea. It has older seal lid, spill proof lid, perfect for hunting, fishing, and trucking. 68 fluid ounces of the letter it is. And because you can't pee everywhere, made in the US, established in 2021. But yeah, I went ahead and bought it because I was like, it got me 1,000,000 views. It's only been used once. They product tested it. But yeah, I had to buy it because like I was all like, I got a lot of views on that video, so I'm gonna buy it. Pea jug.
Squirrel.
Sam says it's funny. God dang. Zero experience. Let's go down some more. Let's see. John Hudson Valley says, why you guys want to pee in bottles? I don't get it either. Don't. Your truck is not a restroom.
Right.
Your truck is not a restroom. Tennessee, you pee in bottles?
No.
No.
I use an outhouse or the restroom or the John or the loo.
Soon as I get sponsored by the pee bottle company, soon as I get sponsored by the pee bottle company, I will highly suggest peeing in one of these. But until then, don't buy this thing. That's a nice handle. Don't buy it till they send me some money, dang it. Till they give me some free ones to pass out to all my friends. Not as a company driver. Go Michigan for Fago. Yeah, you have to. Definitely made up my mind up to go lease. You know, and you had to do some research. Like, I'm proud. You did your research, you made up your mind, and more power to you. I hope that you're very successful. Lease or company. To me, like, I don't care. Like, either way you go, I don't care. Like, I'm not one that's gonna be like, oh, you should have went company. Because everyone's different. I used to be that guy that was all like, you should do at least a year of company. And then I went down to 6 months company. And then I started thinking about it. And some people, they will be ready for that lease life. And I'm all like, you know what? Who am I to judge? They did their own research. Why should I even, say? My opinion is go company first, but we'll see. Like, what you think, Tennessee?
Yeah, do your research. I say go company 6 months to a year so you know how to run that truck properly before you throw your finances into it.
River Rich, I don't want to go to voice chat after the live. I'm gonna go to bed after the live. I need to get some sleep. Sorry, man. I'm on home time for 8 days. Nice. Enjoy your home time. You need it. Jeffrey said the exact same thing you said.
Yeah. Use a tree.
Jeff says ocean spray juice bottles is better. You have to open that thing to see how full it is. No, actually, you can see through it pretty good. I mean, you can't tell because you're not here, but you can see through it good. I don't have nothing to put in this thing. I don't know. You can see through it pretty good, though. Now, until they give me my sponsorship, and I ain't.
Tune in next week for a live demonstration.
Don't lie to people. Oh man, super chat for the pea jug. $5. Pea bottles are great. Hey, look what I can do. I got check out that in the chat. If you join the channel membership, then you can get great little What are these called? Emojis? You can get
Emoji.
all the great little emojis that come with the channel membership. They're just some funny membership. Oh man, I lost my spot up here. Twisted makes a living circling Springfield. I sure do. Han says, wow, 6 days. I run 8 days plus recaps. Jeff Stedman says, I pee in a bottle, not walking half a mile across the snow and ice in a Hood's truck stop to pee. You know, it's your opinion. I just don't do it in my truck. I'm not judging. You know, I used to be like, man, that's disgusting. Nobody should ever pee in their truck. You know, it's disgusting. But what I'm finding out, like, the more I've done YouTube, the more I've found out that, like, some people have small bladders. Some people as you get older, you can't hold it as long. So I'm more understanding about it nowadays. But whenever there's two people in the truck, I'm not understanding it. Usually in the middle of the night when I got to go pee 7 times. Old folks have weak bladders. Look, I just said something. They're Greenwich going, I wear my diaper so I don't have to use a bottle. Use the shower today. Man, what? Nice. Oh my gosh. We just turned this into pee-pee show all of a sudden. Amazon's got it all.
New meaning for DRIVEWYZE.
Yeah, we went from DRIVEWYZE to DRIVEWYZE over here. We're gonna have to rename it at the end. DRIVEWYZE. But yeah, I don't know. TNT stuff's been getting to me here lately. Like, you know, hearing some of my students tell me about, like, the stuff that they had to put up with on TNT. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that most of my students, whenever they go TNT, they don't contact me unless there's a problem. So about 2/3 of my students, I would probably say 3/4 of my students don't call me with no problems. I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to tell them to call their fleet manager or nothing. They don't call me because they don't have problems on TNT. But the ones that do call me, sometimes I'm all like, and I'm straight up with my students. If it's something that I'm all like, you know what, you're making a big deal out of nothing. Like, you know, so he had an attitude. He probably told you 100 times to do that, and you're not getting it. So he probably had an attitude. Yeah, but that's not a reason to get off the truck. He was not disrespectful. He had an attitude. Like, let them make it. Keep doing the miles. Like, I tell my students straight up, if it's their fault, it's their fault. But whenever it's not their fault and it's something like that, I'm like, what? Dude's making you pay for stuff and you're barely making it? No. Never peed in another truck with a person there. Also, no smacking the clown. Pegleg, have you ever walked barefoot through a truck stop parking lot? I have not, but I've had a student walk barefoot out in a truck stop. Look, Sam says, is that how you lost your foot? Can I see you walking barefoot out there in the truck stops?
Oh, hell no.
So since you're doing your bushcraft videos, are you going to do an urban one in a truck stop where you live outside in a truck stop for 24 hours?
No, but I might try to see if there's a rest area with some woodland, and I'll go hang out in the hammock in the trees.
I think you should do one where you're in a truck stop and you sleep out in the corner of the truck stop and you're having to fight those, like, bums and meth heads for, like, keep them out of your tent. Get out of here, you meth head. Get out of here, you homeless person. Stop trying to steal my stuff. Light one of those plastic trash cans on fire and be like, oh, it's not metal. It melted. So when's the next bushcraft video?
It's still going to be a minute.
What's a minute?
As soon as I get my hammock and my stuff I need to use, especially a sleeping bag.
I can't even do that comment.
Which one?
You know, I can't do that comment. Students need to get thicker skin instead of crying. Hans, really,
But
realistically,
there's a difference, Hans.
there's a difference. Like whenever somebody's straight up like racism is involved, like I don't play that. I don't play racism. I don't play the you calling your students stupid, talking down to them, degrading them, harassment of any type. You know, I don't take that like that right there is get off the truck. I don't take I'll tell a story. One time I was on the phone with a student that was having problems with his TNT trainer. He called me, we're having problems. And I'm all like, dude, just go to the back of the truck and talk to me there. Don't talk to me in the seat next to him with him yelling or call me later, whatever. So he's going into the back and you can hear the trainer saying, hey, you're gonna listen to me. You're gonna listen to me right now. And he's all like, hey man, just leave me alone. I'm trying to talk to my trainer. And he's all like, I am your trainer. And I was all like, oh no, should not have called me with this trainer right there. And he's going to the back trying to zip up the or velcro the curtain together. And all of a sudden I hear like a boom. And I was like, what was that? And my student, he was yelling, and I had him on speakerphone because I was in my personal car with my family driving, and my kids and my wife and everybody. Like I just hit speaker because I was all like, he might need something. I hit speaker. I was like, hey, what's going on, man? Well, his trainer, because he wouldn't listen to him right then, his trainer decided to. They were in a parking lot. His trainer decided to speed up the truck and then slam on the brakes. So he went flying forward and he hit the dash, and all I could hear is, oh, my arm. I think you broke my arm. I think my arm's broken. Why'd you do that? You purposely did that. And the trainer says, you can hear the trainer clear as day on the phone. He said, when I'm talking, you're going to listen to me. And I was all like, well, I'm about to lose my stuff. And I was like, hey, let me let you go. I got to make a phone call. So I hung up. I called my fleet manager. I said, get this guy off this truck. This is what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And they got him off that truck like that, got him in a hotel room, everything, away from this dude, everything. And like my wife heard it, my kids heard it. My kids were all like, why did that guy break his arm? I'm all like, oh, no, his arm's not broken. He's fine. But I was like, wow, man, like that's some stuff that you're not expecting. Like that's not a student just crying and needs some thicker skin. And I don't like the phrase thicker skin anyways, because, you know, at the end of the day, we should all be professionals. We shouldn't have to have thicker skin. Like I worked in a prison. Like I know what it's like to be talked down to and like be treated like dirt all day long, and you can't do nothing about it. But you know, now I'm in a professional environment. I shouldn't have to have thicker skin. We should all be professionals. I mean, that's how I feel. Tennessee, how do you feel, man? You tell.
Well, my story ain't close to that. Like I don't even have a story like that yet, other than I had one of my students that was referred to me, and they decided, hey, they were going to give him to a trainer that could do his PSD and TNT together. About a week and a half in, he was sending me pictures of this guy's truck. There was not enough room in that truck for two people to live, much less one. And he was making him stay in his truck while he went home. And so they routed him back to the yard and got him off that truck and gave him to me finally. I got him through his CDL process and got him out, and he got through TNT with a better trainer. But yeah, I can't stand. Yeah, we got some guys that are that way, but I mean, everybody should be treated fairly. I always say I put out into the world what I want to receive back. and everybody should do that. If you want to treat somebody like crap, then you're going to get treated like crap. But always treat somebody with respect, especially if you're the one supposed to teach them how to get through that process.
And I'm telling you right now, and I don't care if you were never my student or not, because I've helped people out that were not my students. Like I had a guy call me not too long ago, and he was all like, "Hey, look, I'm having this problem and this problem and this problem," and I sent him to everybody that could help him and got him out of that bad situation. But there is a phone number right there. Shoot me a text, whatever you need to do, and I will give you the best advice I can. But be willing, be ready for me to tell you what you need to do, and you need to do it. Like if I tell you, hey, you need to call the fleet manager, call the fleet manager. If you do that, then call me back. Hey, it's not good. I will refer you to the next people, the chain of command. I don't want to scare people about coming to Prime and coming and doing the TNT phase. I'm not trying to do that right now. I'm just, there are great trainers out there. You take one of my students. Jesus takes the wheel. Y'all see him in here sometimes. Jesus takes the wheel. Excellent TNT trainer. I trust him with every one of my students. He runs hard. He treats them with respect. He will fly his student home to get to their home time. He will fly them back to the truck, or he will take them and drop them off there, whatever it takes. He doesn't make his students pay for shower. He treats them with the utmost respect. There's a lot of great TNT trainers out there that are just freaking awesome. So don't take this as all the TNT trainers out there are horrible and you're going to have a horrible time, because it's not all that like that. It's not like that. There's a lot of great ones, and I think a lot of people hear a lot of horror stories about TNT, like the ones that y'all heard now. You don't hear the good ones, because guess what? Human nature is we like to talk about what's negative, what's bad. We're not really talking about what's good, or, we don't really talk about the good situations. We like to just talk about all the bad ones. Like 9 times out of 10, whenever us instructors are together, Tennessee, we talk about the bad students, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
How often do we talk about the real good ones?
A lot. Just like my student that didn't trifecta, he finally passed.
That's because that happened today. How many times do we step back and say, "Remember that student I had that was freaking awesome"?
Mm-hmm.
You remember. Most of the time, you remember the bad stuff that happens really well, and the good ones you don't remember that much. Or the ones that fought, like the ones that struggled the most. That's the ones you're going to remember the most, because you put in that extra work with them. You wanted them to get it so bad, and when they got it, you were just proud of it. Team Armstrong says respect goes a long ways. It definitely does. Where's Cricket? Cricket is right there.
That's the whole reason why I got her, is because I read that comment.
You trying to feed her the avocado? That'd be cool if she just chomped down on that logo right there. Just.
Actually, unfortunately, avocados are highly toxic to macaws.
Oh, that would be bad. Han says the problem is some students never listen. And listening is a lot harder than it sounds. TNT is easy peasy, lemon squeezy, except for sleeping. So, Jeff, you had a good TNT trainer, though. Jeffrey says, as a flatbedder, you should not be able to be a TNT trainer with just 6 months experience. Are so many different loads. Tennessee, what you think about that?
You're still going to learn different loads even when you get in your own truck. TNT is not to show you every load as a flatbedder. It's to show you how to secure what would be the proper securement for that load, for different types of loads, what your weight load weight is on your straps, what your load weight is on your chains, how to bind, do certain things. That's why we do a 2-hour or a 2-day class now for load securement for flatbed, is to cover those areas that your TNT trainer couldn't show. TNT trainer is there to show you how to help you become a safer driver and know how to do your job properly by running that Qualcomm, being able to still being a safe driver out on the road while getting them miles knocked out.
So I'm going to get to this comment right here. Armstrong Truck Lines. So because they don't listen, it's okay to scream and holler and disrespect them. It's not okay to disrespect them. But with that being said, there's climates. So like one climate is, hey, what I need you to do is pull up to the middle of those two cones up there. You don't do it. Hey, what I need you to do is pull up to the two cones up there, right to the middle of them. So I raise my voice just a little bit. Then the next time, hey, I need you to pull up between the two cones up there. Make sure that you pull up there. So you're elevating your voice to what somebody can hear. Sometimes that works out great. Sometimes it doesn't. But when you're talking about disrespect, think about this. If you're asked to do something over and over and over, and you continue, if you're told to look forward and drive to those two cones up there, and you continue not to do that because you want to look in the mirror and drive all over the place, then don't you, at some point, you got to feel like actions speak louder than words. And by the actions of the student not doing what you gave them the simple task to doing over and over and over by actions, isn't that a form of disrespect? Because I try to tell you over and over and over and have you do it the same way, and your actions are disrespectful because you're not doing what you've been told to do. Same with pre-trip. Hey, go study engine compartment. Hey, go study engine compartment. Hey, go study engine compartment. Let me check your engine compartment. You need to study it more. Go study it more. Let me check it again. Hey, let's go over it. What's the problem with it? What are we having trouble with? Well, I'm laying in bed studying. Well, I tell you over and over and over not to be in bed studying. You need to be out here. You need to be out here. Hey, go to that truck right there. Do engine compartment. They're gone. You're like, that is a form of disrespect. Actions speak louder than words, and your actions are like, I'm not going to do what you say. I don't care what you say. So, you can take it both ways. You can play victim on both sides of the coin. The main thing is, open up your ears. Like, what was that thing? I think it was Sam. What was it, Sam? Oh, who said that? I can't. It just slipped my mind what I was about to say. It was God gave you 2 ears so you can hear better, 1 mouth to talk. So sometimes you need to shut your mouth and let your ears do the work. Or I can't remember. I would think it was
That's
Sam.
close.
It was all like I can't remember how it went, but it was pretty much like shut your mouth and listen. But it was the nicest way ever possible to say it. It was something like God gave you 1 mouth. It's to be quiet so your ears can hear, or something like that. Oh, there you go. Listen twice as much as you talk. Maybe Jeff is the one that said it. I don't know. Somebody said one. But somebody said, I know they said God gave you 1 mouth and 2 ears, and that's probably what it was. Listen twice as much as you talk. What do you think, Tennessee? You have problems with people listening?
Hearing me over the engine.
So you're telling me the guys that failed pre-trip on you, that told you they knew their pre-trip, they
Oh
listened?
yeah, no, that's a different story. I was just joking with the whole part of hearing me.
Oh. I was like, okay, well, like I could throw out some more examples, but I know you got some examples you could throw out on my guys, because I get a lot of guys that don't like to listen. There's sometimes I tell my guys straight up, hey, when we're out here on the pad, listen to whenever I'm talking about pull-ups, you need to listen to that. Now the rest of it, whenever I'm all like, hey, try this out, try this out, try that out, I don't care if you listen to that or not because that's backing up. But whenever it comes to pulling up, you gotta listen to that. So and they'll be like, what the heck? Don't have to listen to the rest of it, but when you pull up, you gotta listen. That's the only time that it counts. Yeah, it is in my book. I don't know. We just went down like a rant. What is
Yeah.
it? What is up with this, man? Y'all get me rant on a rant. Like I just had a video yesterday that was a rant. Like now y'all got me ranting in my life. I'm gonna be known as Twisted D the Rant. All trainers should have 2 years experience before training. Right now, the instructors have to have 2 years. The people that train you without a CDL, with the ones that can train permit holders, we have to have 2 years. The ones that do TNT, I'm not 100% sure if it's still 6 months or not. What
Yeah,
is it?
it's 6 months.
6 months.
Because at that point, you're not teaching them to get a CDL. You're just helping them be a safe driver.
Yeah. And realistically, the ones once you're on TNT, that's like on the job training. Like I don't mind somebody with 6 months training like that because you know they're teaching you how to check in, they're teaching you how to do the macros and your logs. That's about it. Or that's what it should be. The driving and the backing and all that, they should know how to do that part for the most part. You will have a TNT trainer will have to help sharpen up their backing skills, and they might have to sharpen up some of their driving. But for the most part, it should be done already. They should know do the pre-trip at the beginning of the day and the end of the day from the PSD process, and I that's how I feel. What do you think, Tennessee? What's your observation of it?
Well,
6 months as a TNT trainer.
pretty much the same. They should already know, hey, we need to keep up on that pre-trip because we got to do it at least twice a day. And then going on to letting that student back to continue that backing skill so they're not frustrated when they get in their own truck. And then making where they can do their job better of understanding how to run that Qualcomm pre-trip, pre-plan their trips that we can't show them all the way. Yeah, I see you doing that. It's 2 o'clock. We've gone at this for 2 hours. I'm worn out.
No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at somebody's comment.
For once, I'm not watching the comments, laughing myself.
Ugh. I can't even read it on here, but because it does sound racist. But we'll go to Han's comment next. Oh, that's the one I just read.
Yeah.
Simply says, God gave us 2 ears so you can take in more than one mouth you got that puts out. Yeah, that's not the funny one. The funny one was on down there for a little bit, but I think we are gonna. You feel like taking off? I'm almost ready for bed.
Yeah, I'm ready for bed.
I'm getting older. I go to sleep earlier. The older I get, the more I like sleeping. So
I went to bed at 8 o'clock yesterday.
oh, I wish I stayed up a little bit late, but anyways, guys, appreciate y'all coming out for the DriveWyze conversation. I'm gonna go to the poll right now. Is do you like DriveWyze? Yes, at 54%. No, at 46%. And I think my whole thoughts on it. Beginning of the day today, I was like, I don't like it, but now I like it and I agree with it. Tennessee, what's your ending thoughts on it?
Ending thoughts is at the beginning of the day, I was just like you. I didn't like it. Now I do like it. The fact that it gives you a lot more information other than that bypass on things that we need to be aware of, anyways.
So we're out of here. Make sure y'all subscribe to Tennessee Flatbetter. Subscribe here. And until next Thursday, we'll meet again. Add me as a referral to your application. Click yes and then type in C